So, a pleasant day to each and everyone. I am Christine. So, how are you, class? Okay, that's good to hear. So, before we go to our proper discussion, let's pray first. So, Roxanne, can you please lead a prayer? Please stand up for a prayer, everyone. So, amen. So, please be seated. So, before we are going to our proper discussion, let's see if all of you are present. So, let's count off. Starts from I1. Okay, it's good to hear that all of you are present. So before that, let's first read our classroom rules. So, I hope na magagamit natin ang classroom rules na ito kahit sa pagkatapos ng ating klase. So first classroom rules is engage actively in class discussion and activities. Second is use respectful language and tone when interacting with peers and teachers. And the third one is ask questions and seek help when needed. And the last one is work collaboratively with peers and respect your ideas and contribution. So it's all clear, class? Naintindihan lang ba? Okay. So before we are going to our proper discussion, let's have an activity first. This activity is called Fill Me In. So I will call a 5 representative for this activity, and you need to fill the missing word you need to fill the missing letter to form a word. It's all clear, class? Okay, so yes, Calio, Mandal, Lomantigar, Cañete, and the last one is Bulawan. Okay, let's give a clap to our representative. Okay, so this activity will serve as our new topic for today. So for now, class, let's have another activity to make our mind and to know better for our topic for today. So class, let's have another activity called jumbled pictures. So I will divide you into 2 groups. Please count off. Starts here. Okay, so this will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. And I will give you each group will be given one jumbled pictures, and you need to puzzle it. So each group will have one representative to discuss ang nabuo nilang larawan dito sa harap. It's all understand, class? Okay, thank you. So I will be giving you 2 minutes to prepare or to puzzle the picture and 2 minutes to discuss in front. Okay, your 2 minutes starts now. Okay, time's up. So group 1, choose your representative. Okay, let's give a round of applause for group 1. Next, group 2. Okay, thank you. Let's give another round of applause for group 2. So based on the activity we made, do you know what gonna be our topic for today, class? Anyone? Okay. Yes? Bulawan? Maybe. So our topic for today is all about cerebral palsy. So let's define first what is cerebral palsy. So cerebral palsy describes disorder that affect the way person moves. So when we say cerebral palsy, ito yung mga bata na mahirap, may problema sa kanilang pag-iisip when inborn siya nga disorder. So let's hear the characteristic and causes of the cerebral palsy. So now let's proceed to the causes of cerebral palsy. So the first one is the gene changes. When we say gene changes, it can result the genetic condition or differences in the brain development. The second one is the maternal infection. When we say maternal infection, it can affect the unborn baby o yung mga batang hindi pa nalalabas sa tummy ng kanyang ina. The third one is the bleeding into the brain. When we say bleeding into the brain, it can be warm or as a newborn. Hindi pa siya nalalabas sa tummy ng kanyang. It means newborn, ito pa lang yung mga baby na kakalabas lang sa tummy o sa tiyan ng kanyang ina. When we say infant infection, it is the causes the swelling or as a newborn. Ito yung mga that cause swelling in the newborn. Next one is the traumatic head injury. When we say traumatic head injury, it is the injury to an infant such as a form of motor, a vehicle accident, or fall physical trauma. So, it can lead into cerebral palsy. The next one is the stroke. So, when we say stroke, it interrupts the blood supply or as a newborn. And the last one is the lack of oxygen to the brain related to hard labor or delivery. Although this causes is common property. So let's proceed to the characteristics of cerebral palsy. So the first characteristic of cerebral palsy is the spastic cerebral palsy. It is a non-progressive neurological disorder that can affect the movement, muscle tone, coordination, and motor skills caused by the damage of abnormalities. The second one is dystonic cerebral palsy. When we say dystonic cerebral palsy, it is a type of dyskinetic cerebral palsy characterized by involuntary muscle or contraction leading to slow, repetitive, and often pattern movements, abnormal posture, and difficult with coordinating movements. And the third one is the hypotonic cerebral palsy. When we say hypotonic cerebral palsy, it is also known as atonic cerebral palsy. Is a type of cerebral palsy characterized by low muscle tone, resulting in a muscle that appear floppy and weak. The next one is the ataxic cerebral palsy.
Now, let's proceed the strategies of cerebral palsy. Accommodation, adjust the rules. Adaptibong pag-aaral at pagtataya, alternatibong kagamitan. Gumamit ng tablet, computer o speech-to-text na feature para sa pagsulat at pagsusulit. So, malikaing pagpapahayag, payagan ang mga pagsasalitang sagot, presentasyon gamit ang mga larawan o videos imbes na nakasulat na gawain. So, the next is pakipag-usap. Make a high contact at the student's level. So, pakikipag-usap at pakikisama tingin sa mata. Umupo o lumuhod sa mga tamang taas na mag-aaral. Halimbawa, kapag naka-wheelchair. Kagamitan, pantulong gamit ang mga AEC, argumentative and alternative communication device o apps para sa mga hindi nakapagsasalita. The next is consider sitting position and duration. Ang ibig sabihin nito is lugar na comfortable, tamang pag-upo, bigyan ng silyang, may suporta sa likod, adjustable na misa o foam para maiwasan ang pagkapagod. Malayang paggalaw, siguraduhin malawak ang daanan, malinis pa ang paligid at may regular na pahinga para sa pag-ingat. So, dadako naman tayo sa create plenty of space for movement. Ang ibig sabihin nito, ang pagbibigay ng malawak na espasyo para sa paggalaw ay isang mahalagang bahagi ng isang ligtas, epektibo, at inclusive yung kapaligiran lalo na sa mga silid-aralan o lugar ng pagkatuto. So, ang mga bata ay natural na aktibo. Kapag may sapat na lugar, mas nakagalaw sila ng malaya, mas nakapaglaro at nakapag-experiment at natuto gamit ng mga kanilang mga katawan. So, dumako naman tayo sa work with parents. Ibig sabihin nito is pagtutulungan sa magulang at eksperto, pakipag-ugnayan sa mga pamilya. Alamin ang mga kalakasan, halimbawa sa malikhaing pag-iisip, at halimbawa sa paggamit ng mga visual aids ng mga bata. So, the next is build a relationship with the support team. Ibig sabihin, ang pagkaroon na maayos na ugnayan sa support team gaya ng mga SPED teacher, therapists, aside of guidance counselors ay susi upang matiyak ang tagumpay ng mga mag-aaral, lalo na ang mga special na pangangailangan. Sa pamagitan ng pakikipagtulong o communication at respeto, mas naging epektibo ang pagtuturo at mas natutugnan ang mga pangangailangan ng bawat bata. So, dumako naman tayo sa set learning goals. Ibig sabihin nito ay sa pagtatapos ng linggo, halimbawa sa pagtatapos ng linggo, inasahang makabuo na mag-aral ng isang talata tungkol sa kanilang paboritong hayop gamit ang tamang bantas. So, the next is focus on what students can do. Ibig sabihin nito is ang pagtuon sa kung ano ang kaya ng mag-aral ay isang positibong pananaw sa pagtuturo. Sa halip na tumingin sa kanilang kahinaan o kakulangan, binibigyan halaga natin ang kanilang lakas, talento at potensyal. Ito ay susi sa pagpapalakas ng tiwala sa sarili, motibasyon at aktibong partisipasyon ng mga bata sa pagkatuto. So, let's proceed. The using multiple modes of communication means delivering information and allowing expression in different forms, such as speaking, writing, and visual aids, gestures, technology, and more. This approach respects the diversity of learners and improves both understanding and participation in learning. So some students learn better through visual, others through listening, reading, or hands-on. So the next is provide plenty of encouraging. Ang pagbigay ng maraming pagpapalakas ng loob o encouragement ay isa sa pinakamahalagang bahagi ng positibong pagtuturo. Ang mga mag-aral, lalo na ang mga nahihirapan, ay kailangan maramdaman na sila ay may halaga, may kakayahan at kaya nilang magtagumpay. Sa pamamagitan ng pagtuloy na paghikayat, napapalakas natin ang ng loob, kumpiyansa at determinasyon ng mga bata. And now, let's proceed to practicing new skills for mastery. Okay, so I will divide class into 3 groups. I will be counting from 1 to 3 to form 3 groups. I will be giving each group different scenario. Each group will be given 3 minutes to discuss their scenarios with their groups and other 7 minutes to present each scenario in the front. Okay, let's start this side. Okay, group 1, please stay at the left side, and the right side will be the group 2, at the back at the group 3. Okay, start now. Okay, class, are you done? Okay, alright, so let's start the group 1. Group 1, please proceed to the front. Okay, very good. So, the next is group 2. Please proceed to the front. Okay. Group 3, please proceed to the front. Okay, very good. So now, who has the idea what is going to be our topic for today? Based on the activity we do. Yes, Lumentigar? Okay, very good. Okay, let's proceed the developing mastery. To make sure that you have learned from our discussion, we'll be having another activity. So the first row will be the group 1 and the second row will be the group 2. Each group will pick 2 representatives to share their understanding related to the topics. So, given 5 minutes to share this with the class. 5 minutes for the group 1 and 5 minutes for the group 2. Understanding, class? Okay, let's start. Okay, are you done, class? Okay. Group 1, please pick a 2 representative to discuss in the front. Okay, give me a 5 Darna clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Darna. So the next is group 2. Pick a 2 representative to discuss in the front. Okay, very good, group 2. Give a 5 Darna claps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Darna. Okay, so let's proceed to the next activity. I will be calling students randomly to answer the questions that I will be asking. Are you ready? Say ready, ready, ready. Okay, bueno. Please stand to answer the questions. So what are some evidence-based teaching strategies specifically designed to support students with cerebral palsy in learning topic? Consider different learning styles and sensory preferences. Okay, bueno, very good. It's 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's proceed to another activity. So I will be calling students randomly. So to answer the question that I will be asking, Are you ready? When said, are you ready? You say, aho, aho. Okay, Mir, please stand. How can educators adapt their teaching methods to support a student with cerebral palsy who is learning to type? Okay, very good. So, Joy, please stand. Why is it important to work with the support team and parents when teaching typing students with cerebral palsy? Okay, very good. Your answer is correct. So let's proceed the assessment evaluation. So alright, let's solidify your understanding of those 10 strategies. Here's a quick quiz to test your knowledge. So I will be giving you what is paper. Okay, are you done answering the assessment? Okay, please pass in the front. Okay, so I will collect it. Thank you. Okay, let's proceed the assignment. In a short bond paper, make a slogan poster that is related to cerebral palsy. The deadline will be on Monday. Criteria originality 25% and the creativity 25% and the total is 50%. Understood, class? Okay, goodbye, class. Okay, thank you for listening.